Hello to everyone, and welcome to this week's Axis Voice webinar. My name is Christian Fappli. I work for Axis Communications in Scandinavia, and I'm the moderator and organizer of these webinars. The tradition is that questions are answered at the end of the webinar, and you can ask the questions in writing using the questions box. Today we have a very exciting presentation in front of us. From Nedap, we have Mr. Hilbert Dijkstra, and his topic is effective loss prevention. Hilbert, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Go on.
Okay. Well, first of all, welcome everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this webinar. As said, my name is Hilbert Dijkstra, and I'm working for Nedap Retail. For you who don't know Nedap Retail, Nedap is a Dutch company based in the eastern part of the Netherlands, and we have been working in retail for over 30 years. And we are making EAS solutions. And we're getting more and more into the stock management business. And today I would like to explain to you what products we make and how we work together with Axis. So as said, if you have questions, please type those questions in the Q&A, and I will try to answer these questions in the end of the presentation. So the title of this webinar is Effective Loss Prevention Using Next Generation Electronic Article Surveillance with Easy Camera Integrations. And I myself had the opportunity to work together in a collaboration with Axis for almost 2 years now. Our collaboration is successfully at, for instance, H&M. And in the end of the presentation, I will explain you a little bit more about the integration that we're doing at H&M and at other retailers. But I have a little bit of an agenda first before I come to that. I would like to start this presentation by explaining you what our vision is on retail. We have the feeling that the retail business has changed since we started in retail 30 years ago. And I would like to take you on the journey that on our vision we have with retail. Then I would like to explain you a little bit more about our products. How do we think that our products set us apart from our competitors? And that has a lot to do with from analog to digital. So that's something that's happened already in cameras, which was a revolution which was started by Axis. And that's also a revolution that we want to start in the loss prevention business. Part of that is RFID, which I would like to explain and which I would like to comment on thirdly. RFID is changing retail, and it's changing the way that retail works. And I would like to explain you a little bit what the Nedap share is in that part. And finally, as said, I would like to discuss a bit on Axis and how we work together, how Nedap works together with Axis. So first of all, I think we all know that retail is changing. Around 10 years ago, the first web stores were launched, and that changes a lot about how consumers interact with retailers. And on this picture, you see one of the examples, but there are some more things. And, what we see is that successful retailers make a really clear statement on a few things. The first thing that they make a statement about is or they are local or they are global. What we have seen Dutch retailers, because they're a retailer who is really active and really successful in a small niche and is operating in a few stores, or you are a global retailer and you're active globally. H&M is one of those examples. Zara, Uniqlo. This is happening in fashion. It's happening in food. Carrefour is another example of such a retailer. Aggressive strategy on opening new stores. and that brings some challenges. And with our product, we try to tackle those challenges. So you have to make a clear statement, whether you're local active or globally active, but you also have to make a clear statement on your price qualities, on the price and the quality that you offer. Primark is one of the best examples. A really successful retailers who make a really clear statement, low price, and with these low prices, they are really successful. On the other hand, we also see other type of retailers who are really successful offering high quality products. Maybe a good example of this is Whole Foods in the USA. They are offering quite a high price level, but the quality of their products is really good, and they offer a really good customer experience. The customer experience is a third trend that we see. Because consumers are shopping more and more online, when a customer comes in the store, the customer experience has to be perfect. Consumers are coming into the store to experience how it is in the store and to experience how that retailer, to sense the products, to sense the vibe of the retailers. Flagship stores is something that we didn't know 10 years ago, but nowadays all big retailers have flagship stores in which they are showing their products in the best customer experience. For us, it's a challenge how to fit loss prevention and EAS solutions and still offer how to fit that in with a good customer experience. And that's why we have introduced some new products which I will discuss later on in this presentation. The Internet of Things is also something that happens, so devices are communicating with each other, and that's why we made the decision to switch from an analog-based device to a digital-based device to allow to interact with other devices. And finally, we see that omni-channel versus multi-channel is an important decision that retailers have to take. For me, the main difference between omni-channel and multi-channel is that I think almost every retailer is active has an online presence and an offline presence. That's what we call multi-channel. The big challenge, however, is to make those challenges to cross borders, so that people who are seeing your products online go to the store to buy them offline, and also the other way around. People come into your store to try on the products, but they want to have the same experience and want to be able to find the same products in the online environment. This is something that what our vision is on retail, what we have identified as the key challenges and the key main changes in retail, and based on that we find that product availability is key. When you are a retailer and you want to be a successful retailer, you need to have the right product available at the right time at the right place. As a consumer, when I go into the store and I want to buy something, the retailer has to make sure that that piece that I want to buy is actually available. If that piece is not available, it's a lost sale. 10 years ago, I would come back next week to buy the product next week if it's available in a week from now. Nowadays, if it's not available today, I will order it online, or I will buy it at your competitor. So if a product is not available, that's a lost sale. For product availability, RFID plays a really big part. However, we believe that a successful product availability strategy starts with loss prevention. We have seen that losses are the main influencer for having a product not available. So when you have a successful loss prevention strategy, you will increase your product availability. So to have a product available, it all starts with loss prevention. In this whole journey to make sure that the products are available, we have developed a system, the iSense system, which is not only an EAS system, but it can be put at different positions in the store. So the first position where you can place the Nedap equipment, the iSense equipment, is at the goods receiving. With our equipment, you can see which items are arriving in the store via the back door. The same equipment, the same platform, the iSense platform, can be used in a stockroom to sales floor transition point. We can track which items are moved from the stockroom to the sales floors to inform the retailer which items are available on the stockroom, which items are available on the sales floor, and also which items are not available, so which items need to be replenished. The same products can be used as an EAS system. Our gates can be placed at all those 3 positions, and the role that the gates are placed, the role that our equipment has, is based on the software settings that are made by our installation teams. So coming to our products. As said, Nedap is a manufacturer of EAS systems for more than 30 years. 3 years ago, we introduced Nedap iSense. And Nedap iSense is a platform which is the platform of the future. We offer 5 different antennas, and we will announce 2 more antennas coming on the Euroshop in March 2017. We offer antennas that are tailored for food retailers. So that's the first antenna that you see. That's what we call the i37. We offer antennas which are our mainstream antennas. That's are the middle 3 antennas, which are installed in both food and fashion. And we offer an ID top. So that's an overhead system based on RFID. And this overhead solution is mainly sold at fashion retailers to offer a good customer experience. The third and the fourth antenna that you see are, as you can see on the screen, are quite alike. The only difference is that the fourth antenna has an RFID antenna. The third antenna can be upgraded into the fourth antenna by just adding an RFID antenna, and that's a main diversifier compared to our competitors. The I-45, as we call it, can be upgraded in the field. So an RF antenna today, an EAS antenna today, can be upgraded into an RFID antenna tomorrow. I would like to explain you a bit on what makes us unique and what makes us different than our competition. And it's quite nice that I have the opportunity to talk to a lot of Axis people and Axis integrators, because Axis was the first company to introduce an IP camera. And Nedap is the first company to introduce an IP antenna for article surveillance. And I don't have to explain to you what the benefits of IP are, but I want to briefly highlight the benefits that Nedap iSense offers because we are IP based. The first benefit is remote service. Because our system is a digital platform, we are able to supply remote service to any system that we install in the world. From our headquarters, we have access to the systems that we install in Australia, into America, in China, and close by home. And we can actively see what the settings are, to change the settings, to change the role of the systems from a goods receiving role to an EAS system. And as coming to the second point, we can trigger firmware updates from our headquarters. This is for us a main diversifier because what we see is that retailers want to be globally active. In order to control a global estate, you need to be able to offer remote service to your global spots, to your city, to the installations in Australia, but also you need to be able to update the firmware in those installations. Similar as you update the firmware on a camera and adding new functionalities. We believe that our systems are improving over time because we can do the firmware updates. We have seen that conventional EAS systems tend to get worse over time, and their impact on the losses shrink every week. Our impact on the losses is increasing because we offer the firmware updates. As we offer with IP cameras, we also offer advanced analytics, showing all the data from our EAS system, from our iSense system, in our data platforms. Because we are IP based and we offer power over Ethernet, the whole installation is easier than it used to be. We offer a one-cable installation, meaning that the only cabling that you need is an Ethernet cable, similar as you only need an Ethernet cable for camera installations. This is a main diversifier for retailers to choose for Nedap. Coming to the last point, benefits of iSense, and this might be the biggest point as our main unique selling point for retailers, is that we offer an RFID system, or a system that can be upgraded to RFID. And RFID is important for retailers nowadays, and we see that because some big retailers are already choosing to roll out an RFID project. For instance, as you might have known, that Tesco is doing a big RFID project, but other retailers, as H&M, are also considering RFID. Maybe the best example of a successful RFID project is, of course, Inditex or Zara, which has successfully rolled out RFID in their stores. So Nedap also has a stake in the RFID. We make different RFID products. We make RFID handheld readers, we make RFID antennas, and we see that by going to RFID, retailers can increase their stock accuracy to 98% and higher. And to have an accurate stock is important for a retailer because the retailer needs to have the right product available. If you have an inaccurate stock, you don't know which product you have available, and therefore you have the chance of lost sales. In other words, and as we have seen, by increasing the stock accuracy, a retailer will increase their sales. Customers of Nedap that successfully implement RFID have seen a double-digit increase in sales, which is quite impressive. So why would you use RFID for loss prevention? Because you can use it for your stock management, but you also can use it for loss prevention. There are three main reasons to use RFID for loss prevention. You don't need double tagging. So when you are using RFID for stock management, you don't have to put another RF tag or an AM tag to the piece of garment to have it secured. You can reuse the RFID tag and use the RFID for your loss prevention, for your EAS. So the investment on your tags doesn't have to be a double investment. We also see is that we are in the era of information. Information is knowledge. Where RF and AM have no intelligence, RFID offers a lot of intelligence. RFID allows you to track the items through the store. RFID allows you to see when the item is received and when the item has left the store. So you now not only know which items you are missing, but you now know when you have seen the item for the last time and when the item has left the store. So that's the third point. Know which and when items left the store. These are the main reasons to choose for RFID for loss prevention. And as you see in these pictures, on the left picture you see an installation with an I-45 without RFID, and on the right side you see the same antennas equipped with RFID. And this is an upgradability that we can offer on site. It's a really easy and fast installation with RF and actually if the tomorrow. The product availability also see that store consumers be bothered by security products in the entrance. So we have to have a challenge. So I see that I have problems with audio. If this is still the problem, just let me know in the Q&A session. As I said, store experience is key. Consumers do not want to be bothered by the gates at the entrance. So therefore, we also offer a solution which can be installed concealed in the store, and that's what we call the ID Top. The ID Top is an RFID-based solution. That doesn't mean that the retailer has to choose for source tagging for RFID. You can also choose to use RFID hard tags. The RFID hard tags are supplied to the equipment similar as you apply an RF hard tag or an AM hard tag. So it is a lot like a conventional EAS system. However, it's easily mounted to the ceiling, and it can be easily installed, and you don't need to have a complete source tagging strategy for this. And when you see what you can see in this picture, this is an installation at Adidas, in which you see that the ID Top is mounted to the ceiling, offering a well-secured store solution, and there is no gates in the entrance. We believe that the ID Top allows a retailer to have the best customer experience without bothering the customers and the consumers with the pedestals at the entrance. Compared to other concealed solutions, the ID Top is relatively cheap, and it allows a good detection, and it allows the retailer to be ready for RFID and therefore to be ready for the future. So coming to the fourth point of my presentation is Axis and Nedap iSense. Our gates are fully IP-based. The Axis cameras are also fully IP-based. This means that the Nedap iSense system and the Axis IP cameras can talk to each other. So what we are able to do is to notify a camera if there has been an alarm at our gate or at our ID Top. The Nedap iSense system tells the camera what type of alarm, so that can be, for instance, a metal detection or an RFID alarm or an RF alarm, and where that event has taken place, so at which gate, and sends this information to the camera. Locally on the camera, you can trigger, for instance, a recording, or you can trigger a notification to be sent from a camera to a user. However, the camera also can push this message through to the Axis Camera Station client. In the Axis Camera Station client, you can configure every action that you want. So you can start a recording on the in the ACS platform. You can bring a live view. You can record a message and send it via an email to one of the users. So all the benefits of the ACS camera station client can be triggered by the Nedap iSense system. The only thing what's needed for this is an ACAP, an Axis camera application on the Axis camera. This is of interest for instance, H&M, and also other retailers are exploring the opportunities to integrate a Nedap iSense solution with an Axis camera. Currently, we are talking to Axis about having a direct connection to the Axis camera station client so that the message does not necessarily have to be sent via the camera. So that's something that we are working on. Something else that we are exploring together with Axis, if we can find a way to send the information from the RFID chip, so that's what we call the electronic product code, the EPC code, and send this information from the antenna to the ACS station so that the Axis camera station can inform the security guard or the local store personnel what item is seen at which gate, so which item is leaving the store and also which item is stolen and seen at the Nedap's iSense system. So for us, there lies a great value in the possibility to integrate events from an intelligent EAS platform as Nedap iSense, and to integrate this with the intelligent cameras from Axis. A lot of retailers already see this, and I would like to invite you to explore this yourself, and also to see if there is any added value for you and your customers. The technical limitations or the technical possibilities are that the iSense EAS system needs to be in the same network, it needs to be connected to the same switch or to the same router as the Axis camera. When this is enabled, the iSense system can send the messages from the antenna to the camera. When the Axis camera application is loaded to the camera, then the Axis cameras recognize the messages, understand what they mean, and then they are able to trigger any action on the camera or in the ACS. I see that it's almost half an hour has passed, so I would like to invite you to ask your questions if there are any. And I would like to thank you for your attention for now. I hope this is a clear introduction into Nedap and to Nedap iSense. And if there are no questions, then I would like to thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Hilbert. Let's see if we have some questions coming on. We have had during the session some minor problems with the audio, but in general it went excellent, your presentation. You had nothing to do with the audio. I think somewhere someone pulled the trigger that was affecting a little bit the audio here. Let's see if we have some questions here. Okay. So far, no questions.
So all there right. Are questions regarding website address. So the main website is Nedap, nedapsbarretail.com, and there is also a campaign website for the ID Top, which is nedap-idtop.com.
Okay. All right. Any more questions? Oh, good. Yep. Sounds very exciting when two different systems are starting to talk with each other.
Yeah, we believe that as well. It's a big
step forward.
Yeah, I agree. So we hope to build this relation further, and to send. It's interesting where this will take between Nedap, where it will bring Nedap and Axis together.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any other
questions asked? Yeah, okay. So the first question, I will repeat it. Are there any other VMSs that Nedap integrates with? For example, WaveStore. WaveStore is not a VMS that I have heard of. Our collaboration with Axis is not exclusive. However, we recommend Axis and Axis Camera Station. If there's a particular interest for any other VMS, then we are open to consider that. But as said, the main focus for us right now is with Axis. And there is another question asked by Steve Hall. is there a key fob style RFID fob available? And I'm not sure what is meant with a key fob. So Steve, if you could elaborate what you mean with a key fob, then I can answer that question. So in the meantime, I will answer the question from Stuart Box. Stuart asked, what's the advanced analytics referred to one of the early slides? We offer various solutions. So we offer some out-of-the-box web cloud-hosted services in which we look at the information gathered by our systems. But we also have a lot of advanced API possibilities to export our data to any other analytics provider. So we offer our own solutions, cloud-based solutions for this, and we also offer to integrate with on-premise and other cloud analytics solutions. So
there came 2 more questions.
Yeah, so Steve says that we would like to use the product to monitor keys entering and leaving the building. Therefore, an RFID key fob would be useful. I think that those RFID keys are using a different frequency than what we are using. So we are using 900 megahertz. And I think for access control in most applications, it is a different type of RFID for short-range communication. So that's not something which our products would enable. Our products are mainly enabling applications in retail. And does Nedap care for time and attendance and / staff clocking in and out? That's something that we collaborate with. To combine the information, to combine the information from our customer counters and to offer staffing solutions for that. So we do collaborations with staffing solutions. Then there are some more questions on RFID. What's the maximum range of RFID tags? So the range is not determined by the tags, but it's determined, or sometimes it's determined by the tags, but it also depends on which reader you're using. Our combination is typically up to a few meters, and they are passive RFID tags.
Great. I think we're done. Or
so for more information about RFID, you can find a lot of white papers on our website. There are some white papers on the Nedap ID Top website, which I can highly recommend to explore our RFID possibilities in more detail.
Okay.
Yes, we provide training programs training programs for retailers, resellers. Yes.
Great. Let's wrap this up then. And thank you, Hilbert, and thank you very much, audience. Hope to see you again next Thursday, when we are going to present the new smart audio systems by Axis Communications. Until then,
thanks for the possibility, and thanks for your attention, everybody.
Yeah, until then, keep on rocking and have a nice week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.